Hello everyone, you are welcome to today's section on WAEC chemistry preparation. And today I will be talking about qualitative analysis. That's the second section in which we are going to be doing on Tuesday. So that's on qualitative analysis. And qualitative analysis just involves the identification of compounds, either anions or cation, and organic substances too. So look at the question that I formulated. To carry out the following exercises on sample C. And on Tuesday, the sample C that you will be given is copper 2 sulfate and glucose. Copper 2 sulfate and glucose, that's CuSO4 and glucose. And let me first talk about them. We should know that copper 2 sulfate is soluble. And why is copper 2 sulfate soluble? The reason why copper 2 sulfate is soluble is because all tetrasulfate 6 are soluble in water except BaSO4 and PbSO4. And also glucose 2 is also soluble in water because of the hydroxy group present in it. So look at this question, and then apart from looking at this question, it is also very important for you to look at how I answer them. And how do I answer them? Look at the question and let's just go to the table. So let's look at the first one. That's sample C plus distilled water. Since I already mentioned that both of them are soluble in water, so the observation will be that it dissolves completely to form a clear blue solution, or to give a clear blue solution. Because you should have already know by now that the color of copper 2 is blue. So when you add that sample C into water, it will form a light blue. It will be a light blue solution. And then the inference is that sample C is a mixture of two soluble compounds. And the reason why I'm not using salt is because it also contains glucose, and glucose is not a salt. Glucose is just an organic compound. Now look at the next one. So to the first portion of solution C, because if you look at A here, we are asked to divide the solution into 4 portions. So to the 4th portion of solution C, so we had sodium hydroxide solution in drop and then in excess. So you can actually, that sodium, instead of sodium hydroxide solution, you can just write NaOH, but you have to put aqueous there. You have to put aqueous there, it's very important. So if you add sodium hydroxide to C in drop, you will see a blue gelatinous precipitate. And then when you add it in excess, the precipitate still remain in excess, and that's the inference for both of them. It means that calcium 2 ion is present. That's just the inference. Then to the second portion, if we add aqueous ammonia to it in drop and in excess, we will see a light blue gelatinous precipitate. We see light blue gelatinous precipitate, that's in drop. So we also see that Cu2 plus is present. And then when we now add this in excess, the precipitate will dissolve to give a deep blue solution. The precipitate will dissolve to give a deep blue solution, and that is actually a confirmatory test. We are confirming the presence of copper 2 ion in sample C. Now let's now move forward. 3rd portion of solution C, plus drop of barium chloride plus excess hydrochloric acid. So a lot of time when you see some compound, you should be able to actually know what you are testing for. When you see barium chloride and excess dilute HCl, one of the things that we want to test for is SO4 2-. So let's just look at what's on the screen. So if you had a drop of barium chloride, you will see a white precipitate. And then when we now add excess dilute hydrochloric acid to it, the white precipitates remain. and that is a confirmatory test for SO4 2 minus. So just look at the table. It's very straightforward. It's very straightforward because Tuesday is very near. And if you need the soft copy of it, just message me in the comments. Just ask for it in the comments and put your mail there. I'll send it to it. Now the last one, the first portion of solution C plus Fehling solution, and then when we eat it, you will see a brick red precipitate, and that is actually signify the presence of glucose. So I wish you best of luck in your upcoming exam on Tuesday, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Just look at the table again. You can just decide to screenshot it. Believe you me, in that question too, something like this will come out. Something like this will come out. So just look at the table, screenshot it, and have a wonderful time. Bye bye.